You're tuned in to the Clayton Connected podcast in Clayton County, where the world lands and opportunities take off. Welcome to the Clayton Connected podcast. I'm your hostess, Valerie Fuller, Communications Administrator in the Clayton County Government Office of Communications. I am delighted to have in the Clayton Connected podcast studio with me today Aiden Brooks and Autumn Thompson. They are two of our youth commissioners, so let's welcome them. Welcome, Aiden. Welcome, Autumn.
Hello.
Exciting, isn't it?
It
Yes.
is. Thank you for having us.
So today we're here to talk about youth commissioners. You two have been a youth commissioner for how long?
2 years.
2 years?
3 years.
3 years for Aiden. Exciting times for you?
Yes,
Definitely.
very much so.
And so today we're here to talk about how other youth in our communities and in our schools can apply to be a youth commissioner, right? So what are some of the qualifications to be a youth commissioner?
Okay, so the base ones you have are that you have to be a Clayton County resident, so you have to live within Clayton County. And then you have to be a high schooler as well. So that includes rising 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, and then 12th graders. And you can go to a private school, a home school, or a public school. The school setting doesn't really matter as long as you live here. And then you have to be willing to commit to at least a 1-year term, as well as an 8-week summer orientation.
So those are the qualifications.
Mhm.
So clearly there is some commitment to be made on behalf of the people who are actually applying. What is your real life experience like being a youth commissioner? What was your experience like, Autumn?
When I joined, I saw so many different students that were doing things and going places I wanted to go. And so essentially when you join, you are committing yourself, but it's not commitment that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to go and do this. It's very much you are investing into your future and you're joining a cause and a legacy that's larger than yourself, and you're going to leave with amazing experiences and amazing relationships as well.
What about you, Aiden?
I definitely agree with everything she had to say. And in addition to being a commitment, it's definitely flexible. Like youth commission is definitely one of the extracurriculars I have where it can adjust to my schedule where I need it to. But overall, it's just very great for connections. Definitely getting involved. I know when I moved to Clayton County the first time, I didn't really know anybody here, and joining Clayton County Youth Commission really helped like get me out there.
So when you go back to when you actually were completing the application to become a youth commissioner, because it's not automatic, right? There is a process.
Mhm.
What was your thought process when you were completing the application, or what motivated you to want to become a youth commissioner?
I'll take that question. So it was spring of my sophomore year. I had attended a couple of the youth commission's interest meetings. I really loved their energy, so I went home and I thought about why I wanted to be there. And one of the questions is, name 3 things that you feel are issues within your community. How would you solve them? Who would you also include in your plan? And what would it look like? And so it really allowed me to be imaginative of how I wanted to contribute, but it also allowed me to see that this is a community that's proactive.
What was it like for you? What was your thought process, Aiden, when you were completing or considering completing the youth commissioner application?
Well, I would say the push that kind of drove me to start the application is one of my close friends, Judah, was actually in the youth commission before I joined. He joined his freshman year. I joined my sophomore year as well. And I guess he kind of helped me realize that it's not as necessarily like exclusive or something like distant. So I think that's kind of the push that got me joining it. And then also it was one of those things like I kind of wanted to be the change that I wanted to see. And it definitely pushed me to complete the application. And then once I actually started the interview process, it really got easy and really fun to do that kind of stuff.
So now you've been a youth commissioner. This is your 3rd year.
Mhm.
And so you're seniors, you're graduating in May.
Yes.
You excited?
Yes.
You're going to miss the youth commission.
Very much so.
And I'm sure they're going to miss you too. We all are. And we thank you for your service and for your time. What real impact does the youth commission have? Like, what's one of your favorite projects that you guys were engaged in?
I can definitely take that one. So my favorite is probably our canned food drive that we do every year. We usually do it at Flint River, but it's at all the recreation centers in Clayton County. And we basically have boxes that we decorate ourselves. So like, I think some of us did like Minion ones, Frozen, stuff like that, just really silly things. And we put them at all the rec centers and we collect cans for about a month. And then at the end of November, we sort them and everything. And we usually collect a lot of cans for the community. Like this year, it was about 2,000 canned goods. and then 1,000 non-perishable goods.
Oh, wow.
And I think that's something that's like really fun to do that also has a really big impact on the community.
Miss Autumn, what was one of your favorite projects?
I'm an athlete, student athlete. I did swimming competitively for 7 years. So I always enjoy our outdoors events. So if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose our 5Ks that we help host every year. It's amazing to see different age groups come out to our community and really come together to be active and to be in a space where it's safe and you can also do something that's going to contribute positive to each other in your community.
So, how much time commitment has it been for you? And just to give them a real sense of what the time commitment is.
So in the summer, we have an 8-week program, and it's not kind of scary in the way that it might seem head on. It's usually 3 days a week for an hour to 3 hours, and you're really getting to know your fellow commissioners that are going to be sworn in. You're getting to know the ones that are already been sworn in. This is the time where you're really going to have that mock experience of what it looks like to be a youth commissioner. You're going to meet all the different department heads. You're going to learn the function of our community and what it means to actually be a youth commissioner. Beyond that, we do attend board meetings the first and third Tuesday of every single month, ranging from an hour to about 2.5 hours.
So, what would you say to someone who is actually considering applying to become a youth commissioner now? What would you say to them?
I would say do it, even if you're a little scared, even if you're a little apprehensive, do it because it'll open so many doors for you, connections wise, fun wise. Honestly, it's a very fun program to be in. And just it'll help you grow as a person. And I think that's very important, especially as you go into college. And it gives you a greater sense of appreciation for your community.
And you also get community service hours?
Yes, a ton.
Really important for those community service hours to be obtained for participation throughout high school as well as through the Youth Commission, right? So when does the application process open?
It's open from March 1st to March 31st.
And how long will it take them to complete the application?
I did it in one sitting, so less than an hour.
Less than an hour. So not long at all. And we know that the application can be found at www.claytoncountyga.gov website under the Office of Youth Services. Miss Sierra Dunn is the Office Administrator for the Youth Commission. And you can also email Malcolm, MALCOLM.Johnson at claytoncountyga.gov or call 770-477-3677. What is one last word that you'd like to say to help inspire those who may be on the fence about applying?
Think about where you want to be in 4 years. I've always been told by mentors and by my parents, think about where you are now and why you're there. You've gotten there as a result of younger you's actions. And so as being here 2 years ago, what I did at 15 years old to come here has paid off a lot for 17-year-old me about to go into college now that I have more connections. It's really emboldened my voice. I've had the pleasure of attending Princeton University for leadership conferences, and I would confidently say that that's a result of Clayton County Youth Commission pushing me out there and really connecting me with people that showed me, hey, you can go beyond what you see beyond you. So I would just recommend to everybody, think about where you want to be, what you want to contribute to the world, and take the leap and do it.
Aiden?
I would say don't let your fear of rejection hold you back. I think that's something going into high school that really kind of scared me was rejection. And I think applying to the Youth Commission helped me get over that fear. I ran for a secretary my first year, and then my second year I ran for chairman, and then I ended up winning both. And I think something that would have prevented me from doing those things is my fear of rejection. And I think that's something that kind of scared me when I first did the application process was rejection. So I say do things in face of rejection. Don't be scared of being rejected because oftentimes rejection is just a fear put in by you.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Clayton Connected podcast. That's Aiden Brooks and Autumn Thompson. We'll see you back here next time. I'm your hostess, Valerie Fuller. Thank you for listening to the Clayton Connected podcast in Clayton County, Georgia, where the world lands and opportunities take off.